Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kokomo Municipal Stadium in Kokomo, Indiana, as the Traverse City Pittsburghers continue their road trip to start the second half of this season. They're taking on the Kokomo Jackrabbits. They won last night, final score of 9-7. The Jackrabbits really made it interesting late in the ball game. They almost cut the lead. They were down at one point by 5 runs. It was a 9-4 game. Or it was 9-2, pardon me, and they almost came back. They scored some runs late. It was 9-7. The tying run did reach the plate in the ninth inning, but Anthony Ramirez shut the door to seal the victory for the Pittsburghers. Tonight, going for Traverse City will be Mason Patel. We'll get more on him later. The offense for the Pittsburghers, they'll be led by the leadoff man, Christian Beal, as usual. Has been the leadoff hitter all season long for Traverse City, at least since he's shown up for the University of Richmond. He takes a first pitch, ball inside, we're underway. The starter for the Jackrabbits, Connor Throneberry. He has faced the Pittsburghers this season, though it was out of the bullpen. Beal rips one to right center. It's going to drop down for a base hit. A textbook Christian Beal base hit. A line drive to the opposite field. Traverse City has their first base runner. Beal got the 2-0 pitch. Didn't try to do too much with it. Hits it on a line for a base knock. He's aboard for Jacob Marcy, the right fielder. Marcy was a Jackrabbit last season, played in Kokomo, joined Traverse City a few weeks ago. Throneberry, the numbers on the mound, he's made 6 appearances. Has an 0-3 record, his ERA almost at 9, 8.76. Jacob Marcy skies one a mile high down the right field line. It's going to get foul out of play. When he faced Traverse City on June 23rd, it was out of the bullpen. He got the loss. He pitched 2 innings, gave up a hit, but 4 walks really did him in as he gives up 4 runs. 2 of those were earned. 1-1 to Marcy in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Connor Stewart. 2 balls and a strike to count to Marcy with Beal off of first with speed. Marcy this season through 11 games, hitting .333, was just 1 for 5 against his former team yesterday. Pick over, but Christian Beal's back in safely. The 2-1 comes in high. It's now 3 balls and a strike to Marcy out of Central Michigan University. Was a first-team All-MAC conference player and has performed like it here in Traverse City with that .333 batting average. 3-1, got a pitch to hit over the first baseman's glove. Into the corner. Beal's going to go all the way to third. Josh Reband's going to hold him up there. And Marcy will get in to second base with a double, a hard hit ball. The first baseman tried to make a play on it, Tucker Platt, and it just kicked right over his glove into the corner. Back-to-back base hits to start the ball game for the Pittsburghers. And Marshall Toole, the left fielder, will look to capitalize and cash in on 2 runners in scoring position. The outfielders batting first, Beal in center, Marcy in right, Toole in left. Marshall Toole back up in the 3-hole. He's been here a couple times this season, but usually finds himself down towards the 5 and 6 spot in the lineup. Tool, a freshman from Wofford College, had the day off yesterday. He was 0 for 2 with 3 walks and an RBI against the Kalamazoo Growlers on Thursday in a 7-6 loss. Has 2 on here, 0-1 the count. Throneberry delivers, breaking ball high. It's 1 ball and a strike. Tool's average this season for Traverse City in 21 games played. This is his 22nd. He's hitting .316, just 1 extra base hit, 7 RBIs. His on-base percentage at .422. Takes a high fastball and gets into a hitter's count at 2-1. Last time that Marshall Tool faced the Kokomo Jackrabbits, he was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored back on June 23rd. 2-1. The pitch from Throneberry, breaking ball, cut on and missed. The count to 2-2. Tool has only faced Kokomo twice this season. His debut was actually against the Jackrabbits. He went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. But he had 3 multiple hit games after that to break out to start his season. 2-2 from Throneberry is a fastball, and Tool gets a piece and fouls it back to the backstop to stay alive. Still 3rd and 2nd here. Beal on 3rd. He singled to start the game. Marcy at 2nd. He doubled. They're both sitting in scoring position with no one out for Marshall Tool. The 2-2 pitch from Connor Throneberry is an off-speed, fouled off. Tool putting together a good at-bat here. Already 6 pitches in the at-bat. Tool has fouled off 2 two-strike pitches. This will be pitch number 7 in a good plate appearance. The pitch is down and in, blocked again by the catcher Stewart. And the count's going to go full to Marshall Tool. Back-to-back hitters now that have seen a 3-ball count. Marcy doubled on 3-1. Here on 3-2, Throneberry gets set. Deals. Tool grounded to first. It's fielded. Stepped on the bag. 1 away. Tucker Platt gets the out, but Beal comes in to score on the fielder's choice. The ground out by Tool, and it's 1-0 Pittsburghers. Another day where Traverse City scores first. They had a habit in the first half of the season getting down early and would usually have to battle back for the wins. They got ahead on Kalamazoo to start the second half and won the game. They fell behind in Game 2 against the Growlers and lost. Last night they fell down 1-0 but erupted, taking a big lead in the early innings, 6-1. And we're coasting until the Jackrabbits made it close at the end. But usually when they score first, it's good for them. They hold on to the lead. It's a 2-0 count to the designated hitter, Colin Summerhill. Off-speed pitch is fouled off. Summerhill thinking fastball on 2-0, and Throneberry throws him something a little slower and has Summerhill out in front. 2-1, still a hitter's count for Summerhill. A great hitter for the Pittsburghers. Has been especially great since returning from injury after he got hurt on June 18th in Wausau. Actually made his first appearance in the field in his 6th game back from injury. His previous 5 were all as a designated hitter, but he was the catcher yesterday. First time he made his way back into a defensive position. 2-2, Throneberry Fires in. Summerhill fouls it off the left side. Stays alive. These Pittsburghers continue to put the ball in play, especially with 2 strike counts. Toole had a great at-bat before grounding out and scoring Beal. Summerhill, a ground ball, could do the job as well and score a run. He lifts one to fairly deep center. The center fielder, McNelly, goes back, makes the grab. Jacob Marcy coming home and will score easily on the sacrifice fly by Colin Summerhill. And both runs come in to score. It's 2-0 Pittsburghers. Pittsburghers start the game with 2 hits, and both those hits turn into runs. RBI ground out by Toole and the sac fly from Summerhill, and they're already on top by a pair. After the sac fly, the shortstop Ariel Garcia will bat. First pitch to Garcia comes inside and got him on the jersey as he tried to move out of the way. And he will reach first on the hit by pitch. Garcia at shortstop. It is the first day this season that Camden Traficante is not in the starting lineup. He had played every single game up until this point, all 39 of them. And on game 40 of the season, he finally sits. Garcia was in the lineup yesterday as the second baseman, but today he will move over to short and take Traficante's spot. The batter now, Brennan DeRiggi, a transfer from Wofford, committing to Iowa for the Hawkeyes. Hit and run, grounder, through the right side. It goes off the glove of the first baseman Platt into right field. Garcia to third. The throw gets away from the third baseman. Coming home will be Garcia. DeRiggi trying to get to third. The catcher runs over to make the play. The throw is in time to get DeRiggi out. The inning ends, but Garcia's run scored first. He was able to touch home as the Jackrabbits throwing it around the infield. Pittsburghers lead 3-0 after a first half inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first, coming up on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Pit Spitters Radio. Traverse City on top 3-0 after the top of the first. They had 3 hits in the inning. Christian Beal single to start the game. Jacob Marcy followed that with a double. Ground out and sac fly. Made it 2-0. And after a hit by pitch, Brendan DeRiggi singled, and the Jackrabbits started throwing the ball around. Garcia scored on the air, made it 3-0. Mason Patel from Georgia State, the right-hander, making the start for Traverse City, and he already has 3 runs of insurance to work with. In the first pitch, he throws a fastball for a strike against the designated hitter, Luke Sartori. Sartori was the leadoff hitter yesterday as well for Kokomo. 0-1 just outside, very close. Fastball missing the corner by a hair. One finds the zone. Patel ahead. 1-2. Sartori, a sophomore from the University of Nebraska. He's a .271 hitter, and he was 2 for 3 against Traverse City yesterday. Fastball catches the outside corner. And Luke Sartori on 4 pitches is down on strikes. Mason Patel starts his outing with a strikeout. Mason Patel is a sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's made 5 starts this season. He's 2-0 with a .376 earned run average. First start against Kokomo. Fires a first pitch fastball strike to Matt Arabal. Arabal, the second baseman. Patel's last appearance against Rockford on July 3rd. He got the victory, went 6 innings, did not allow a run, gave up 3 hits and 4 walks, struck out 5. That coming after 2 appearances, he gave up 4 runs and 5 runs in 5 innings of work. Big bounce back day for him, looking to continue on that track here against the Jackrabbits. 0-2 pitch misses just low. It's 1-2. As Patel looks to start his day with 2 strikeouts, tries the changeup and misses outside. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Arabal, a junior from the University of Hawaii, teammates in college with Traverse City catcher Dallas Duarte. 3-2 is spoiled, shot out of play and foul. Arabal, .207 average for the Jackrabbits. Didn't play yesterday, got the day off. Left-hander looking to do something for the Jackrabbits. Lifts one to left field. Marshall Toole, the left fielder, battling the wind, is able to settle under and make the catch. Good amount of wind blowing. Looks a little like a little crosswind, maybe a little in, coming towards the hitters from right to left. So fly balls could be interesting as players try to get under and make a grab. John Gazdar will hit with 2 outs, no one on. Gazdar, I do believe, at least in my opinion, is one of maybe the best player on the Jackrabbit roster, as he rips one through the left side on cue for a 2-out base hit out of the reach of the diving Ariel Garcia. 2-out single for Gazdar. Jackrabbits have their first base runner, looking to get something done here with 2 outs. Gets the cleanup hitter, Mark McNelly, up. McNally, the center fielder from Seton Hall, takes a first pitch strike from Patel. A sophomore standing at 6'2". McNally's averaged .212 on the season. 4 extra base hits, just 3 RBIs in 13 games. Patel just misses the outside corner on a pretty good pitch. A hair outside maybe, and it's 1-1. Patel's set. He deals. That one's low and in the dirt. Duarte a good pick to keep it in front. Keep Gazdar at first base. Whole new lineup today for Traverse City. A big defensive switch. A lot of guys that were in the lineup yesterday are out of the lineup. 5 new position players in today. Only 3 Pittsburghers on the field were on the defense yesterday, as well as Brennan DeRickey, who was the designated hitter. He's at first base. Only Ariel Garcia, Christian Beal, and Jacob Marcy were starters in the defense in yesterday's game. So they're looking to get the sweep with the whole new alignment. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs to McNally. Gazdar off of first will steal with the pitch. Patel gets a ground ball to third, snagged by Cody Holtink. His throw across the diamond, low and not handled by Brennan DeRickey. It's going to be an error on Traverse City, and we'll see who they give the error to. They're going to give the error to Cody Holtink, but it looked like the throw was manageable by DeRickey. I don't know if it bounced or not in the dirt. Looked like DeRickey just didn't catch it. Either way, it continues the inning, and the Jackrabbits have a chance to score for their 5-hole hitter, Tucker Platt, the first baseman. First pitch, he goes after, fouls it off himself. Platt used to playing on this field. He's a sophomore at IU Kokomo. Jackrabbits play at Kokomo Municipal Stadium, home of the IU Kokomo Cougars. So he stayed in Kokomo after his spring season was over to play here with the Jackrabbits. He swings through one. It's 0-2. He's hitting .255 this summer with 4 RBIs, no extra base hits. Had the day off yesterday. 1 for 5 his last start. 0-2 coming from Patel. Gets another ground ball to third. Holtink again with a low throw, but this one is picked by DeRickey to save a run and end the inning. One more batter than it likely should have taken to get out of the first, but DeRickey saves a run, saves another error, and gets the Pittsburghers out of the inning. It's 3-0 after 1 on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo Municipal Stadium. After one, the Pittsburghers lead 3-0. A couple runs were saved in the bottom of the first by Brennan Duricki, making a nice play at first to pick one out of the dirt. Here in the top of the second, looking for more runs, the catcher Dallas Duarte leading off against Connor Throneberry. Takes a couple of breaking balls into the strike zone. It's 0-2 to start the top of the second. Pittsburgh catcher has been busy recently behind the plate because of the injury to Colin Summerhill on June 18th. And then when he came back, he wasn't ready to be in the field, so he was DHing. And then a finger injury to Jake Smallwood. Duarte was the only catcher available for about a week of the season. Luckily, the end of the first half came at a good time for an extra off days. Duarte finally got a break. He had to catch 4 consecutive games at the end of the first half. Gets hit by a pitch, or may have been a foul ball off of the knob. It's ruled a foul ball. It came up and in on Duarte, and it must have hit off the bat. And actually, it's being ruled a hit by pitch. Home plate umpire Max Steiner giving Duarte first base after it seemed like he was going to make him stay there on what I thought was called a foul ball. There's going to be some argument from Kokomo on the matter. If it holds, it would be the second hit by pitch of the game by Throneberry. He hit Ariel Garcia in the first inning. And Kokomo's manager is not in the game today. He's suspended because he was ejected from a game 2 days ago. Just a quick little exchange between the Kokomo coach and Steiner, the home plate umpire, before he retreats to the dugout. And Duarte is on first after the hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Aboard for Alec Atkinson, the second baseman. First pitch he takes is off speed, and it's a little high. The entire bottom 3 of the Pittsburgh lineup are new players in the lineup today that were not in the lineup yesterday. Duarte, Atkinson, and the on-deck hitter Cody Holtink. Duarte off with the pitch. Atkinson on the hit and run. Dribbles it up the first baseline. And a heads-up move by Platt to let it roll foul. So Atkinson will go back to home after the hit-and-run attempt and give it another go. Trying to go the other way, Atkinson on the hit-and-run attempt, because usually when you have a right-handed hitter up and you do the hit-and-run, the second baseman is the one that covers the bag. So the shortstop stays on the pole side. So you usually try to hit it the other way through the vacant hole. Duarte trying to steal again. Atkinson rips one into left. It's going to drop in for a hit. Duarte takes the turn and goes to third. He's safe there. The third baseman Galindez tried to throw it behind and get Atkinson at first, but he's safe with the dive. It's the 4th hit of the ball game for Traverse City. The hit and run works perfectly and gets Duarte up to third. Nobody out here for Cody Holtink. Love when a hit and run is executed to perfection, as that one was. And a good spot for Cody Holtink to be in. The freshman from the University of Michigan. Little pick off of first. Atkinson back with the dive. He's in safe. Holtink, the third baseman for the Pittsburghers today. Atkinson off with the pitch. Going for another hit and run attempt. Holtink swings away and fouls it out of play. Just like when Atkinson was up to hit and run, gets fouled off the first time, Josh Rebant, the third base coach and field manager, kept the hit and run on the second pitch, and it worked out. We'll see if he keeps it on here. He does. Atkinson takes off. The pitch is outside. The throw goes down to second. It kicks off of the shortstop or the second baseman's glove. Matt Aribal couldn't handle it. It goes into shallow right field. The run, Duarte will score from third base. And it's 4-0 Traverse City. As soon as Duarte saw the throw go through to second, he took off. I think he would have been safe even if Aribal picked the throw down. And I believe Atkinson would have been safe with the stolen base even if Aribal picked it. Luckily for Kokomo, it didn't kick too far away. Atkinson stayed at second. In scoring position for Holtink in a 1-2 count. Still nobody out. Atkinson getting a good lead off a second. He stays put. And Holtink takes strike 3 called on a breaking ball. The last 4 at-bats have resulted in strikeouts for Holtink. Struck out his first 3 times against Kalamazoo on Thursday before getting pinch hit for late in the game. Goes down looking to start today's game, and we're back to the top of the order. Christian Beal, the center fielder, singled into right center field his first time up. Came around to score the first of 3 first-inning runs. First pitch to him this at-bat is in the dirt. Kept in front with a good block. Beal followed by Marcy, 2 guys that already have hits in this game. So Throneberry on the hill has to do some good pitching to get out of this inning unscathed with just the 1 run. Breaking ball on the outside corner, in for a strike. It's a ball and a strike, 1-1. Seems Throneberry has abandoned the fastball a little bit this inning. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls for strikes. Not really a lot of heaters. Throws another breaking ball. That one's outside. 2-1 now. Two and one hitters count to Christian Beal. The leadoff man with the runner in scoring position, looking for a good pitch. Atkinson takes off for third. Beal smokes one down the line and just a little foul. Caught that one just out in front and missed extra bases by a couple of inches. They will now face a 2-strike pitch at 2-2. That one looked like another breaking ball by Throneberry. Just continues to avoid throwing the fastball to Traverse City. In for a 2-2. Throneberry gets set against Beal. Finally throws the fastball. It's chopped softly to short. Throw to first. Nowhere near in time. Christian Beal using the speed to beat out the throw from John Gazdar. It's his second hit of the game. An infield hit this time. He's aboard on first. 2 on. 1 out for Jacob Marcy. Marcy kept one just fair and just over the sliding glove of the first baseman Platt in the first. Got a double out of it. Bats with 2 on here. Double steal in effect. The throw's going to go down to second. And it goes into center field. Coming home to score will be Atkinson. Beal's going to get to third base. Traverse City making the catcher Stewart make throws, and so far this game he has not been able to do so. A throwing error will score Atkinson, and Beal is over to third. He can come in to score on now just a ball in play by Jacob Marcy. It's 5-0. Pittsbitters looking to add on to their lead as Marcy takes one inside. The first pitch that was thrown down to second base on was a strike, so it's 1-1 after the fastball misses in. Marcy can pick up an RBI here. Hits one hard, right side, diving attempt by Airball. He can't make the play. It's into right field. Beal scores on the RBI single by Jacob Marcy. It's 6-0 Traverse City here in the second inning. Going to get a mound visit from the Jackrabbits acting manager, and it may be for a pitching change as Throneberry has allowed 6 runs here in the first inning and a third. And he is going to come out of the game. There's going to be a new pitcher for the Jackrabbits, not even in the second inning of this game. Traverse City pouring it on early, 6 hits. They've forced 3 Jackrabbit errors. And now they'll face the new pitcher when we come back here on Pittsbitters Radio. Welcome back to Pittsbitters Radio here in the top of the second. New pitcher for the Jackrabbits. As Traverse City's already scored 3 runs here in the second. They scored 3 in the first. First pitch from the new pitcher, Alejandro Holguin, is fouled off by Marshall Toole. Inning started with a hit by pitch of Dallas Duarte, then a single of Alec Atkinson. Duarte scored on a throwing error by the catcher as Atkinson tried to steal second. Atkinson then stayed at second as Christian Beal singled on the infield, and they did a double steal. The throw went into center field, scoring Atkinson, moving Beal to third. He just scored on Jacob Marcy's RBI hit. Now Marshall Toole, the batter, Holguin is a left-hander. Toole a left-handed hitter, so it's lefty on lefty. As a breaking ball hits the zone, 1-2 the count. On 1-2, Holguin delivers. Toole will foul it straight back. Holguin has made 2 pitching appearances this season, but he's a primary infielder. He's played 21 games in the field, a two-way player who has allowed 2 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings this season. Another 1-2 breaking ball hit hard into center, but right at Mark McNelly for the second out of the inning. Retiring Toole, bringing in Colin Summerhill, the designated hitter. Summerhill was 1 for 4 yesterday in the victory. Might be best for him, and I'm sure he is excited to face a left-hander. His numbers are exceptional against left-handed pitchers, not as good against righties. So against right-handed hitters, Summerhill's average is .237. Does have 1 home run and 7 RBIs against righties. His numbers against lefties, though, he has a .421 batting average with 12 RBIs. So his average almost 200 points higher when he faces a left-handed arm. So against Holguin here, see if he has some success. He did put a good swing on the ball. He hit in the first inning from Throneberry for a sac fly. It's 1-1 here against Holguin. The lefty fires. Summerhill fouls it off to the left side. They count 1-2 now. See if he gets a breaking ball from Holguin. The lefty on 1-2, trying to end the inning. He deals. Marcy trying for second. The throw down is not in time. A stolen base by Jacob Marcy, and is in scoring position now if Summerhill can get a base hit. Another stolen base for Traverse City. They continue to run all over Kokomo here, and the count's now 2-2. Pitch from Holguin. He deals. Summerhill up the middle into center field. They're going to wave Marcy around third. The throw from McNelly, nowhere close. Marcy scores. Down to second. In safely is Summerhill. The throw gets away from the second baseman, and Summerhill's going to go to third. Again, the Jackrabbits throwing the ball all over the field today. Summerhill will be credited with an RBI single. He advanced to second on the throw and then got to third on the error by the catcher. It's another error. That's 4 in the game now for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. And the Pittsburghers already have 4 stolen bases in the first 2 innings. 7-0 Traverse City. They can get one more with a base hit by Ariel Garcia. He swings at the first pitch and is out in front of an off-speed. Ariel Garcia hit by a pitch in the first, came around to score. Takes one outside. The catcher, Stewart, already has 2 throwing errors in the game. 0-1 to Garcia. is high. Actually, it was 1-1. Now it's 2-1. And correction, Stewart has 3 throwing errors in the first 2 innings here. Actually, I think all of his errors are here in the second inning. Hitters count 2-1 to Garcia. The pitch from Holguin. Breaking ball up and away. It's 3-1 to the University of Miami freshman. He will be academically a sophomore, but athletically a freshman. He has a good hitter's count at 3-1. And won't get a pitch to hit as Holguin misses. Off the zone. A walk to Garcia. And the 9th batter of the inning will stand in, Brennan Duriggi. Duriggi finally broke out yesterday with his first hit of the season, and he had 2 of them. He started 0 for his first 13. Had hits in 2 of his at-bats. Coming home on the throw down to second is Summerhill. And another error as John Gazdar throws it high to the catcher, Stewart. Summerhill will score, and Garcia, as he went down to second, drawing the throw, will get to third. A good throw from Gazdar, I believe. It would have been close, but I think it would have had Summerhill out at home. But instead, it's another run for Traverse City. 8-0 here in the second inning. 5 errors for the Jackrabbits. And another assistant coach is going to go talk to his infield. And I think this one is not about pitching. This one's got to be about the fielding. 1 error by Matt Arabal. A throwing error to third. 3 errors by the catcher, Stewart. All throwing errors trying to get guys at second base, trying to steal. And then that throwing error by Gazdar. Pittsburghers executed the play that they have ran multiple times this year. When you have runners on the corners, you send the runner from first to draw the throw, and when the catcher throws to second, the runner on third breaks for home. Works like a charm. Scores Summerhill, and now Garcia takes his spot at third for Duriggi. Duriggi well out in front of an off-speed pitch. Fouls it off the right side. Ball and a strike to count. Duriggi 2 for 3 yesterday. He's got a hit today. Singled in his first at-bat off the glove of Platt, diving to his right. Wasn't able to make the play. 1-1 breaking ball is fouled up on the left side. That's going to get into the seats. Ball and 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. See if Holguin can finally put an end to this inning. Duriggi gets set in the box. And here comes the 1-2. The lefty deals. Duriggi hits it hard, but right at the second baseman Arabal. And he throws it on target to the first baseman Platt to end the inning. Pittsburghers score 5 runs in the second inning, and not a single one of them is going to go down as earned. 8-0 Traverse City going to the bottom of the second on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Pittsburghers on top 8-0. They have scored only 2 of their runs earned, as the Jackrabbits have committed 5 throwing errors in the game. Every single run they just scored in the second will go down as an unearned run. But I'm sure Traverse City won't complain about the 8-0 lead, and I'm definitely positive Mason Patel, the starting pitcher, won't complain about an 8-0 cushion on the mound. Gave up a base hit in the first, and then a throwing error occurred by his defense, but Patel left 2 runners on base stranded. Here in the second, we'll face 6, 7, 8, 9. Carlos Hidalgo, the left fielder, the first to greet him. He's behind 1 and 2. Perfect pitch, fastball on the outside corner. It's the second strikeout for Patel. Both of them have been perfectly spotted outside corner fastballs. 1 away here in the second inning. And that will bring Angel Galindez to the plate, the third baseman. Galindez is hitting .219 this season, a sophomore from Mitchell College. 2 extra base hits and 16 RBIs. Was 3 for 3 against Traverse City yesterday with a walk, all 3 of his hit singles, and 1 RBI. Soft chopper, hit to second. Alec Atkinson will field. Throw to DeRiggi. 2 quick outs by the Pittsburghers here. Second inning that Patel has retired the first 2 batters. He gave up the 2-out single in the first inning. See if he can finish the 1-2-3 inning here. Get his team back to the plate, especially get that Jackrabbit defense back on the field the way they're playing. Don't give them too much of a break before you send them back out there. First pitch, ball low to Connor Stewart, the catcher. And he's the guy that's had the roughest day of all so far. 3 throwing errors behind the plate. Every single one of his throwing errors, he's trying to get a runner at second base. He's either thrown it low and it wasn't picked by the guy covering, or he's thrown it high and sailed it into center field. Goes down 1 and 2. Patel hit the 1-0 pitch across the knees, then a swinging strike. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The righty goes into the stretch, deals. Outside corner, ooh, just a bit off. Thought he had another perfectly placed outside corner fastball for a strike. They count 2 and 2 now with 2 away. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Duarte. The count's going to run full 3 and 2. And Patel on 3-2 just barely misses the zone, and Stewart will work the 2-out walk. Jackrabbits get another 2-out base runner. Didn't score in the first. Down by 8. They have plenty of time left in the game. It's only the second inning, but it's going to take chipping away slowly. You got to get a runner or 2 every couple innings. Grounder up the middle, fielded by Garcia. He'll step on the bag himself to get Stewart, and that will end the inning. Patel out of trouble again. He's just allowed the 1 hit through 2. It's 8-0. We go to the third here on Pittsburghers Radio. Top of the third here at Kokomo Municipal. 8-0 the lead for Traverse City. Starting the third, the same place they started the second with the catcher Dallas Duarte, as all 9 batters came to the plate in that second inning. They scored 5 runs, all unearned. Looking to add on some more runs against Alejandro Holguin, the lefty who took over in the second inning. Duarte takes a strike after a ball. 1-1 is the count. Pittsbitters are 5-0 this season against the Jackrabbits, and they're on their way to starting a perfect 6-0. Breaking ball, foul tipped into the glove of Stewart. They count 1-2. Duarte getting set now, has to protect the plate. Holguin gets set. Stewart sets up on the outside corner. Fastball caught too much of the plate. Duarte hits it out to right. And in time to make the catch over there is Barnes. First action seen by the right fielder Luke Barnes. As Traverse City's haven't hit many balls into the outfield. It's been a lot of balls on the infield and a bunch of throwing errors committed. And because of all the errors, only 4 of Traverse City's 8 runs have been a result of an RBI. The other 4 have been results of the balls getting thrown away and guys on base coming around to score because of it. Alec Atkinson in. He singled and scored in that second inning. He foul tips the first pitch into the mitt. Holguin on 0-1. Another pitch that Atkinson swings and misses at. 0-2 the count to Alec Atkinson. The second baseman on 0-2 was able to foul one back and stay alive. Duarte not reaching to lead off this inning. The first batter that didn't reach to lead off the inning for Traverse City. Beal and Duarte led off the first and second innings getting on base. Atkinson, he gets under one and pops it up on the right side of the infield. A couple steps into the outfield grass. Tucker Platt will make the catch for out number 2. Now the first 2 retired in the inning. And in innings 1 and 2, the first 2 batters reached safely. Beal and Marcy reached in the first. Duarte and Atkinson, the 2 that just got out, reached to start the second inning, but they're both retired to start the third, and Cody Holtink will try to avoid the 1-2-3 inning. The third baseman, the only strikeout victim for Traverse City so far. He struck out looking at a breaking ball from Throneberry in the second. Holtink does lead the team in strikeouts. Down 0-1. Holguin deals just outside. A ball and a strike, the count. Holguin kicks, deals, and Holtink cuts on and misses again. Down 1-2. Been a tough start to the season for Holtink. The team leader in strikeouts despite playing in what I think is the 8th most, or having the 8th least at-bats. And goes down swinging again. Struck out 3 times against Kalamazoo. Strikes out his first 2 at-bats here. It's the first clean inning for the Jackrabbits. 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the third on Pittsbitters Radio. Bottom of the third here in Kokomo. Jackrabbits finally getting out of an inning unscathed. 1-2-3 third. Pittsburghers will have the top of their lineup in the fourth. After we get through the bottom of this third, where the top of the Jackrabbits order will hit. Mason Patel through 2 scoreless. Facing Luke Sartori to start the third inning. Misses inside with a changeup. He struck out Sartori looking in the first, one of his 2 strikeouts in the game. Fastball just missing the outside corner, and Max Steiner's not willing to give anything off of that outside corner as Patel has consistently missed a hair off the plate. 2-0, Sartori was trying to attack a fastball, but Patel slowed it down and threw a changeup. He was way out in front, now 2-1. Another changeup that Sartori whiffs on, way out in front again. It's 2-2. Struck out against Patel in the first. Has to protect here. He'll do it again. The 2-2 from Patel. Hit softly to second. Routine play for Alec Atkinson, and he boots the ball. It goes off of his glove and into right field. Directly at Alec Atkinson. It was soft hit coming right towards him. Barely had to move, and it goes off of his glove into the outfield. An error put Sartori on to start the third inning. Sartori followed by Matt Arabal, the second baseman. Arabal flew out to left field in the first. Takes a first pitch ball up and away from Patel. First leadoff base runner for the Jackrabbits today as Arabal hits one into shallow left center field, but Marshall Toole gets a good first step and gets over in time to make the catch. Second fly out to left field by Arabal. Airball retired for John Gazdar. The shortstop has the only Jackrabbit base hit so far today. He's singled through the left side of the infield his first time up with 2 outs. Takes a big cut at the first pitch changeup and comes up empty on it. John Gazdar was 1 for 3 yesterday against Traverse City. He has 2 home runs this season. One of them came against the Pittsburghers on the road at Turtle Creek Stadium. And so far this season, besides that home run, he's not had a whole lot of success against the Pittsburghers. Doesn't hit for a high average against this team. The last series these 2 teams played was here in Kokomo, and he was 1 for 9 in that series. Was 3 for 8 on the road the first time these 2 teams met. That 1 for 9 really drove his average down. He was 1 for 4 and then 0 for 5 in the series in the 2 games. Time called as a baseball is flown into right field. Some kids are playing catch up on the right field grassy area, and ball got away and came onto the field. Jacob Marcy, the right fielder, had to run over and grab it, throw it back to the kids. Now he will get back and set in his position against John Gazdar. He's actually playing him pretty shallow out in right field. 2 balls and a strike is the count. Patel deals and Gazdar gets one off the hands, fouls it straight back to the screen. The count's even at 2-2. Two balls and two strikes to Gazdar. Patel deals. Changeup's fouled out of play off the right side. Gazdar stays alive. Still 2-2. Patel trying to get a ground ball to turn a double play that would end the inning. The second baseman, Alec Atkinson, is over on the left side of second. The whole right side of the infield is left vacant. Gazdar does hit it to Atkinson at second. He thought about getting over to step on the bag, but instead just gets the out at first base and throws across to get Gazdar. So Sartori will be at second base. That's probably the smart decision by Atkinson. It would have been a close play if he kept running over trying to touch the second base bag to beat Sartori, so he took the for sure out. It does put a runner in scoring position, but since he reached on an error, if he did score, it would be unearned against Patel. But looking to deliver the first run for Kokomo is Mark McNelly, the first baseman. Fouls one off himself on the first pitch. He hit a ground ball to the third baseman, Cody Holtzink, in the first. With 2 outs, should have ended the inning. And a low throw not handled by Brennan Deriggi at first resulted in an error and kept the inning going. But Patel would retire the next batter to finish the first inning, get out unscathed. Patel on his 0-1. Deals. Breaking ball misses low and away. 1-1 to McNelly, the center fielder. Sophomore from Seton Hall trying to deliver. The 1-1 is hit up the middle, snagged by Mason Patel on the comebacker. He'll flip to Deriggi, and that will end the third. Traverse City on top 8-0, as Patel has only allowed 1 hit through these first 3. And they're rolling here against the Jackrabbits. Looking for more in the fourth when we come back on Pitts Bitters Radio. Top of the fourth here in Kokomo. Alejandro Holguin on the mound for another inning out of the bullpen for the Jackrabbits. He has pitched well. He has given up one run that came in the second inning, but he inherited a tough spot from Throneberry. Gets a line drive to center. Christian Beal getting a little bit under that one, and it stayed in the air long enough to be made a play on by McNelly out in center field for out number 1. And Beal, who singled his first 2 at-bats, has been retired for the first time tonight. Looks like there's been some scoring changes. It was originally 7 runs to Throneberry. Only 1 of those was earned. And the 1 run Holguin gave up was unearned. They've changed it, so Throneberry has allowed 3 earned runs and Holguin 1. That changes just a little bit of the scoring. So it's going to make, the only real difference it makes is Throneberry's ERA will go a little bit higher, as will Holguin's. Jacob Marcy, the hitter. The right fielder is 2 for 2. A double and a single. 1 RBI, a pair of runs scored. He's down in the count 0-2. He was the last batter to face Throneberry. 0-2, softly hit on the left side. Gazdar deep in the hole, has to make a long throw, and he comes off the bag. Platt on the high throw, came off of first. Marcy will reach safely. It would have been a close play. We'll see if it's an infield hit or the 6th error of the game for the Jackrabbits. Either way, Marcy is aboard with 1 out. Official scores are going to give Marcy a base hit, so he has a 3-hit game, and we're only in the 4th inning. It's the second play that John Gazdar tried to make deep in the shortstop hole. Beal in the second, Marcy here in the 4th, both resulting in infield hits. Now a runner aboard for Marshall Toole, the right fielder. No, the left fielder, pardon me, he's 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI. His ground out in the first inning produced the first run, and then the floodgates opened after that. Second straight lefty-lefty appearance. Only 3 lefties in the lineup, Marcy, Toole, and then DeRiggi. So although Kokomo went with the left-hander, doesn't really give Holguin that much of the advantage over the hitters. The 2-0 to Toole misses outside. It's now 3-0, and he should get the take sign here. One thing to keep an eye on as well is there's only been 1 walk in the game by Traverse City. They're just putting balls in play, and Kokomo is making errors. So it's not so much as what we've seen in the past for Traverse City is they work the count, they make pitchers force, they throw a lot of balls, walk a lot of hitters, and they score a lot of runs. Today it's been just a lot of errors and putting a lot of balls in play. 3-1 to Beal. Marcy takes off for second. The pitch is outside, so there will be no throw down. Toole will walk to first. And as I'm giving the speech of how Jackrabbits pitchers haven't walked many hitters, on cue, a walk to Toole. Second walk of the game issued. Both of them by Holguin. 2 on, 1 out for Colin Summerhill, who just continues to pound left-handed pitchers, increasing his average against lefties. He singled off of Holguin in the second to bring in a run. He's got 2 RBIs through his first 2 plate appearances. Marcy takes off for third. Summerhill jams one to shallow center. The catch is made by McNelly trying to double off. Marcy at second, and he throws the ball high again. A bad throw by a Jackrabbit. This one not going to go down as an error because it's not a play that he was expected to make. But another ball thrown. Most of the throws by the Jackrabbits have been high. They haven't really been, skipping a lot of balls. They've been just high, and the person they're throwing to can't get up high enough to get it. The hit and run almost worked out. The ball almost fell in front of McNelly, but he got it. Another steal attempt. Throw goes to second. That one was actually on target, but safe at second is Toole with the stolen base. Marcy safe at third on the double steal. 2 runners in scoring position for Ariel Garcia if he can get a base hit, though he has not tallied an official at-bat today as he has been hit by a pitch and walked. But he could get a base hit here and make it 10-0. Change up, a good pitch that drops into the strike zone. First pitch was a ball that the double steal occurred on. After the strike, it's 1-1. Pittsburgh pitchers in the bullpen, there's not really much else to do with your offense taking up most of the time. They're playing some hacky sack down in the bullpen, staying loose as their offense continues to torment the Jackrabbits. 1-1 breaking ball. Ruled on the outside corner. May have been a hair off as Holguin got the backdoor slider to work. Although Mason Patel isn't really getting that spot on fastballs, so it was close. And it makes the count 1-2 to Garcia. With 2 on, Holguin deals. And Garcia goes down swinging at the fastball. Can't catch up to it, and that will end the inning. Pittsburghers threaten with 2 in scoring position, but leave him stranded. It's still 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back, bottom of the 4th here in Kokomo. Pittsburghers up 8-0. Jackrabbits have been very limited in their offensive situations, but defensively they have had a lot of chances in the field. The Pittsburghers keep putting balls in play and they keep making errors. The last 2 innings have been clean, and to start off the bottom of the 4th on 1 pitch, a ground ball by Tucker Platt handled by Ariel Garcia for the first out. Patel continues to roll here Most of his outs recorded on the ground. Got just 2 strikeouts, but he hasn't really needed to get strikeouts. He's not letting the Jackrabbits really hit the ball that hard. Only 1 hit through the first 3 1/3. As a hot shot goes into the crowd in the first row over the dugout where there's no screening there, and I think it hit a fan. Looks like everyone is okay down there. Carlos Hidalgo has been taken out of the game and will be pinch hit for. Kyan Lotus is going to take his spot. He's down 0-2 to Patel. And he goes down on 3 pitches. Patel with his 3rd strikeout. Every single one of them has been looking. He caught Lotus looking at the fastball in the inside corner, a perfectly painted pitch for the 2nd out. Jackrabbits made some positional changes in the 4th inning. They moved 3 guys. Tucker Platt to 3rd, Angel Galindez to left, and then Hidalgo to 1st. And now it looks like Lotus is going to go to 1st, taking over for Hidalgo. First pitch into Angel Galindez, hits him on the elbow pad. And Patel, for the 3rd inning of the game, as well as in the 1st and the 2nd, gets the first 2 batters and then fails to get the 3rd batter for a 1-2-3 inning. Hits Galindez to continue the bottom of the 4th for the catcher Connor Stewart. Stewart walked his first time up, the only free pass issued by Patel. The catcher has made 3 errors in the game, so I'm sure he is looking to make up for that here. Got a lot of game left, a couple at-bats remaining for him to maybe get some hits and make up for the errors that he committed. Little pick over by Patel. Not a real move, just a soft one to make sure that Galindez knows he's keeping an eye on him at first base. Galindez does have a good base stealing record this season. 11 stolen bases in 13 attempts. Only been caught twice. But with 2 outs, be risky to go, especially in an 8-0 game. You don't want to give up any base runners you have. 2-1 the count to Stewart. Patel deals. Stewart softly chopped to second. Atkinson will flip it to second base and end the inning. A 2-out hit by pitch will not produce any damage. Patel is through 4 scoreless, and the Pittsburghers 8-0 take their lead into the 5th inning here at Kokomo on Pittsburghers Radio. Top of the 5th inning here in Kokomo. Pittsburghers lead 8-0. 3 runs in the first, 5 in the second. No runs after that top of the 2nd inning. Kokomo has been held scoreless. Mason Patel threw 4 scoreless innings so far. Will make his way out to make it, or try to make it 5 innings after his offense gets another turn. Brendan Duriggi will lead off, the first baseman. Takes a first pitch ball from a new pitcher, Nick Venegas. Another left-hander for the Jackrabbits. After Angel Holguin, or pardon me, Alejandro Holguin was thinking about Angel Galindez. Holguin actually performed pretty well coming out of the bullpen. Went 2 2/3 innings, only allowed 2 hits and 1 run. Did have 2 walks, but also struck out 2. Not too shabby for a guy that inherited a tough spot in the second after the starter gave up 7 runs. 3-1 count to Duriggi after 3 balls, then a strike thrown. Duriggi got under one, flies it to left. The left fielder moves over and makes the grab. After all the defensive changes, not knowing who's out there, and it looks like it's Kyan Lotus who makes the grab. One away as Duriggi flies out. Stats on the new pitcher from Trinity Baptist College. Actually, there's no stats. This is his first appearance this season for the Jackrabbits. Facing Dallas Duarte now. Duarte's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in his first time up. Scored a run and then flew out to right field his last time up. Pops one behind home plate. The catcher, Stewart, will go back and make the grab. 2 up, 2 down. Quickly retired by the new pitcher. And Venegas can come in and get a 1-2-3 inning here if he gets Alec Atkinson. Atkinson 1 for 2. And make him 2 for 3 as he floats one into right center field. It falls in front of Barnes, the right fielder. Atkinson aboard to give Traverse City a 2-out base runner. Second single for Atkinson. He also has 2 stolen bases in the game. So he is a threat to run here with 2 outs. See what Cody Holtzink can do against the new pitcher. Hits one well to center field. Running back is McNelly and able to track it down in the gap. Holtzink gave that one a pretty good ride and maybe got under it just by a hair as McNelly was able to track it down. Maybe the wind killed it a little bit as well. Nonetheless, it's a flyout to end the inning on a well-struck ball by Holtzink. 2-out single by Atkinson. He gets stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Kokomo on Pittsburghers Radio. Bottom of the fifth here in Kokomo. Mason Patel, the right-hander from Georgia State University, back to work. Deals a first pitch breaking ball, swung on and missed by Luke Barnes, the right fielder. Patel threw 4 scoreless so far. Trying to make it 5, maybe 6. Depends how long Josh Rebant wants to keep his starter in the game. Patel is capable of doing it if he is called upon to do so. His longest start this season is 6 innings. That was his last outing against the Rockford Rivets, 6 scoreless. He's only pitched beyond the 5th inning twice this year as he gets a swinging strike. It's 1-2. Pitched into the 6th against Kenosha on June 15th. Didn't give up an earned run that entire game. Same against Rockford. So the 2 times he went past the 5th inning this year, he has thrown a shutout. He quick pitches Luke Barnes and gets a strikeout. 4th of the ball game for Patel. That's the first strikeout he has recorded on a swing and miss. His other 3 were looking punch-outs. Someone finally swings the bat with 2 strikes and is unable to make contact, so the first man out, retired. Back to the top of the order, Luke Sartori, the designated hitter, up for his 3rd time. Leadoff man's 0 for 2. He watches a first pitch changeup in the zone by Patel. Breaking ball misses away. 1-1. Sartori so far not getting the job done as the leadoff man. Although really no one has done much against Patel as he gets a changeup swing and miss. 1-2 the count. There's only been 5 base runners to reach in the game. 2 of those on errors, 1 on a hit. 1 walk and a hit by pitch. 1-2 chopper to first. DeRiggi backhand snag. Flips to Patel. Covering the bag. He gets there in time. Beats Sartori. 2 away now as DeRiggi makes a nice play at the first base corner. Matt Arabal in for his 3rd time. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to the left fielder, Marshall Toole, his first 2 times up. Left-handed hitter out of Hawaii. Takes a first pitch breaking ball. Just missing the plate. Don't know if it was inside or taken high, but it's ball 1. Second pitch gets a swing. Foul ball straight back to the screen. Arabal, like so many others, looking for his first hit of the game. Patel on 1-1. Deals. Fastball in the zone. Got the inside part of the plate. He's ahead 1-2. Got to protect the plate now. Patel, can he get his first 1-2-3 inning of the game? I have to wait 1 more pitch as Arabal fouls 1 out of play. 4th time in 5 innings that Patel has retired the first 2 of the inning. In the first, he gave up a 2-out single, a 2-out walk in the second, a 2-out hit by pitch in the 4th. Can he finally get that 1-2-3? Misses just low on a changeup. Arabal doesn't swing. He lays off. The count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Patel back into the windup. Deals. Airball up the middle off the glove of Patel. It was in and out of the mitt. Almost snagging a line drive comebacker, just missing it. And Airball will reach safely on an infield hit. Just the 2nd base hit of the game for the Jackrabbits. And that ball was pieced off the bat. Very hard hit ball coming right back up the middle at Patel, and all he could do was stick the glove up as a defensive play. That was almost a phenomenal catch to end the inning. Instead, it's a 2-out hit, and John Gazdar will bat. First pitch to Gazdar is hit well to right field, but Marcy will back up and make the play to end the inning. Another 2-out base runner for Kokomo, as Patel has not yet gotten himself a 1-2-3 inning. But like the other 4 innings a 2-out base runner reached, they did not come around to score. It's still 8-0 through 5 innings here in Kokomo on Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the 6th inning here in Kokomo. Pit Spitters still leading 8-0 after jumping out to that 8-0 lead in the second. It's been all zeros since then here as we sit in the 6th. First pitch from Venegas gets away from the catcher Stewart. Almost looked like they were maybe crossed up on the signs there as Christian Beal, the leadoff man, takes ball 1. Beal's 2 for 3, a pair of singles, and 2 runs scored. Fastball just misses off the plate, and continuing to stand firm on that outside corner is the home plate umpire, Max Steiner. Anything that's even a hair off that plate is not getting called, as Beal lifts one to shallow left field, coming in and falling in front of Lotus. Another base hit for Christian Beal. He's got himself a 3-hit game, competing with Jacob Marcy, the guy coming to the plate now with who can get the most hits today. They both have 3 now, but Marcy has a chance to beat him right here. He's 3 for 3. A double and a pair of singles, an RBI, 2 runs scored. He's even got 2 stolen bases. I mean, he's really just done everything today for the Pit Spitters. He did everything last year when he was here in Kokomo playing for the Jackrabbits, as he had one of the best averages on the team, leading Kokomo to the playoffs, where they met up with the Pit Spitters on this field. Traverse City won Game 3 to win the Great Lakes East on their way to their second Northwoods League title. Beal takes off, pitches a called strike, the throw down, off the glove again. Going towards the outfield, but good backup by Matt Arabal to keep that one close, and keeping Christian Beal with just 1 stolen base at second. Pit Spitters continue to run all over Stewart, and why not? He hasn't proven yet that he can make that throw accurately on time. Beal is now the 3rd player with multiple stolen bases. He has 2. Jacob Marcy has 2. Alec Atkinson has 2 stolen bases. 8 stolen bags for the team here in the 6th inning. Hitters count, 2 balls and a strike for Jacob Marcy. Looking for his 4th hit of the game. Takes a pitch at the top of the strike zone. Evens the count at 2-2. What's more impressive to me, at least, is Marcy has gotten his last 2 hits against left-handers. Not scared of a lefty-lefty matchup. Facing another lefty here in Venegas. A 2-2 pitch, deals. Breaking ball that is smoked but foul. That ball headed right into the Traverse City dugout towards their hacky sack game and almost got someone hit. Hard hit ball as Venegas hung a breaker. Won't make that same mistake twice. Still 2-2 with Christian Beal off a second. No one out here in the inning. Deals just up out of the zone. Count runs full to Marcy. He did it all at Central Michigan as well. His average around 350. He was first team all-conference in the MAC for Central Michigan. He was first team all-defense. Great hitter, great fielder. Showing off the bat here, hits one deep to right center. Going back is Barnes. The right fielder makes the grab. First time Marcy's retired today, but it's deep enough to right field that Christian Beal will tag up and get to third base. A productive at-bat by Marcy, working the count full and advancing the runner. So although he doesn't get a hit, he's going to be credited with a good plate appearance. A quality at-bat. Quality at-bats are something that Josh Rebant and the hitting coach Casey Wyla track. Everyone has their at-bats tracked for the season. And every quarter of the season, or every 18 games, they get together and have a quarterly meeting and they go over the results on the quality at-bats as well as pitching stats, etc. So although Marcy didn't get a hit there, that's a quality at-bat. Marshall Toole pops one up. That's going to get out of play into the crowd. Bounces off of a couple seats and goes out towards the concourse. Marshall Toole 0 for 2, but he has a walk and an RBI. So they're right there, although he doesn't have a hit. Those are 2 quality at-bats he has recorded today in the game, and that's something that Rebant goes over with Wyla. Not just how many hits did you get, they go over quality plate appearances. That's a lot better in their eyes than hits. If you can put together, good at-bat, let's say you strike out, but you take 7, 8 pitches to do so, that's a quality at-bat because you make the pitcher burn a lot of pitches. You have a hard hit ball that doesn't get through the infield, that's still a quality at-bat. You hit the ball hard in play. So those are the type of things that Rebant and the Pit Spitters are looking for from their hitters, just to put together a quality plate appearance. If you get out, as long as he took some pitches or hit the ball hard, then you're good. Because especially in baseball, you keep hitting the ball hard, it's eventually going to fall, and you're going to get hits. Toole looking for a hit here. It's 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good play by Stewart to block it and keep it from getting too far away, keeping Christian Beal at bay at third. And this is what I'm talking about. That's already 6 pitches in the at-bat. As Marshall Toole continues to fight, if he gets a ball on the ground, he could score Beal for another RBI. 3-2 coming, the full count pitch. Toole hits well to left center field. Going back on it is Lotus. He makes the catch, but coming home to score will be Christian Beal on the sacrifice fly. An 8-pitch at-bat produces a run. It's 9-0 Pit Spitters. First run scored since the second inning between the 2 pitching staffs. There were 7 zeros put on the board before that run comes across. Productive at-bat for Toole. Brings in Colin Summerhill with 2 away here in the inning. The designated hitter for another at-bat, will face a left-handed pitcher. Summerhill's 1 for 2 with a single, 2 runs batted in, and 1 run scored. One coming. Ball in the dirt, knocked down, blocked. Because this is Venegas's first appearance this summer, not sure Traverse City has much to gauge from. Summerhill hits one hard into center. A sliding catch made by McNelly is going to rob Summerhill of his second hit of the game, but nothing to scoff at. He smoked that ball to center. McNelly just made a good play. But the Pittsbitters do get one, a sacrifice fly from scores Christian Beal from Marshall Toole. It's 9-0, going to the bottom of the 6th on Pittsbitters Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, 9-0 now the score. The Pittsbitters adding 1 run in the top half of the 6th. Not that Mason Patel needed any more insurance runs, but his offense gives him one anyway. On for his 6th inning of work. He has, so far, been excellent. He's only allowed 2 hits. Has kept the Jackrabbits off the board through 5, trying to make it 6 as he pitches here to Mark McNelly, the center fielder, who just made a terrific play to end the top half of the inning. On 0-2, Patel spikes one in the dirt, can't get a chase, so it's 1-2. 4 strikeouts for Patel in the game, trying to make it 5. Deals to McNelly, just off that outside corner. The count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 from Patel is going to miss low, and the count goes full. We talked with 3-2. to McNally. Soft chop to short. Garcia fields. Long throw. And it is not in time. Ruled safe is Mark McNally. He'll get credited with an infield hit. Just the second leadoff base runner to reach for the Jackrabbits in today's game. The only other time it happened was in the third inning, and that was off of an error. Third hit for Kokomo. First to lead off an inning. First pitch outside to Tucker Platt. Platt's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs to his day so far. Platt on 1-0. Hits one to second. Atkinson on a short hop will field it, go to second for 1. Not in time to get a double play. Garcia, instead of risking a potential error, will just hold on to it and allow Platt to reach safely on the fielder's choice. But the lead runner terminated by Atkinson on a nice play to pick up the line drive on the short hop. Kyan Lotus now will bat. He took over for Carlos Hidalgo. He pinch hit for him in the 4th inning. Struck out swinging against Mason Patel. Late on the fastball. Lotus was late on fastballs yesterday as well. Traverse City kept throwing them to him because he just kept swinging and missing late on him. He had 2 strikeouts yesterday. Starting pitcher Aaron Forrest was really giving it to him. His first at-bat, he got a couple fastballs. He was way late on him, and Forrest, not messing around, was like, yeah, I'll just throw you another one. And he blew another fastball past him for the strikeout in his first at-bat. 2-1 pitch from Patel. Fastball misses just low below the knees. So it's 3 balls and a strike to Lotus with the runner on first. Fouls one out of play. Looked like another fastball from Patel. Count goes full. Now Patel does have a terrific changeup that has been called the best changeup in Georgia State's program. So he could try to throw a changeup to get Lotus off balanced, or just try another fastball potentially and try to get another strikeout if he can get it past him. Looked like he went with the breaking ball. It's fouled off. It hits Lotus in the box, and he will reset. Another 3-2 coming. A single by McNally started the inning on a very close play at first. Tucker Platt grounded out, reached on a fielder's choice as Atkinson got the lead runner. Now Lotus in a full count. Pitch from Patel. Misses barely outside. Seemed like he tried to go with another fastball and just missed the plate. 2 runners aboard for the Jackrabbits here. First time in the game that they've had multiple runners on with less than 2 outs. So a good opportunity for them to finally get on the scoreboard as Angel Galindez comes to the plate. Galindez takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. Oh 1 from Patel. Misses outside. Pick to first. Close play. Just in there ahead of the tag is Lotus. Good strategy to try and catch Lotus. Maybe not paying attention over at first base. Ball and a strike. 2 runners on, 1 out. Breaking ball, he tried to check his swing. They'll appeal it down. First base umpire says he went around. Galendez couldn't hold the swing, and it's now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Patel trying to get out of this jam. Deals. Called a ball on a fastball. Not sure if it was low or outside. It looked like a really good pitch. But just misses the zone. Now it's 2-2. Patel on his 2-2 pitch. Gets a grounder to third and a little foul. Oh, watching that again. That 1-2 pitch from Patel looked like a very good pitch. I'm not sure where Max Steiner had that one missing. Looked like a perfect 2-strike pitch. Didn't get the call. So the at-bat has continued. It's still 2-2 after the foul ball. See if Patel can get a strikeout or if he can get a double play to end the inning. Another foul ball out of play. And Mason Patel is going to be called for a balk as he fired that pitch. Must have been ruled as have not coming set. So these runners are going to get an extra 90 feet and are now in position to bring in the first run of the game for the Jackrabbits. If Galendez can get a ball in play on 2-2, since it was a balk, that last pitch didn't count. Patel on his 2-2 deals. Softly chopped to short. Garcia makes the play. Will get Galendez at first, but the balk proves costly as the Jackrabbits finally get on the scoreboard. To a huge ovation from the home crowd, finally seeing a run of their own. They've seen 9 runs come across from the visiting Pittsburghers. Jackrabbits get themselves on the board. It's 9-1. Two outs for the catcher, Connor Stewart. First pitch swinging, fouls it off the left side. Stewart 0 for 1, has walked in the game and has grounded into a fielder's choice. A base hit would make it 9-2. 0-1 misses outside. Traverse City bullpen. Most of the pitchers are playing hacky sack. One pitcher is getting loose and throwing. That's O'Kelly McWilliams. So it looks like McWilliams would be the first pitcher out of the bullpen. And he'll probably take over in the 7th. I'm going to assume this will be the last inning for Mason Patel. The count is 1-2 with 2 outs. Looking to get out of the 6th. He deals. Stewart rips one to second. Dive by Atkinson. He can't make the play. It goes into the gap. Beal cuts it off. Stewart's going to try for 3. The relay will not even be made. It's an RBI triple by Connor Stewart. Beal had a long way to run as he was covering more towards the left field side of center field. So when that ball got through Atkinson into the gap, he had to run a very long way to get to that ball. And it allowed Stewart to get in with the triple. First meeting of the game by a Traverse City coach. Mason Patel has been really good all day long. Finally gets into trouble, gives up 2 runs. And Tucker Waddups, the pitching coach, is going to talk to him on the mound. And as an homage to Waddups, the Jackrabbit video board operator throws up the graphic from last season when Waddups was a coach here for Kokomo. Throws up the graphic with his picture in the Jackrabbit uniform up on the board so the fans know who's going out there to talk. After the season, Waddups decided to not renew his tenure in Kokomo and found himself in Traverse City on Josh Rebant's staff. He was also pretty crucial in the recruitment of Jacob Marcy to Traverse City, as well as Adam Christopher, a pitcher. First pitch strike to Luke Barnes after the RBI triple. Oh, and 1 to the right fielder. Barnes hits it on the ground to short. Garcia backhands. Long throw. On time to DeRiggi to end the inning. Jackrabbits score a pair. Finally getting on the scoreboard. But they've got a lot of work to do if they want to avoid getting swept. They're still down 7. 9-2 as we head to the 7th inning on Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the 7th inning here in Kokomo. The Jackrabbits finally get themselves on the scoreboard. They cut the lead to 7 runs. It's 9-2. They've got 3 innings left to try and make the comeback, make it close like they did last night. The Pit Spitters will try to pull away here as another pitcher will enter for the Jackrabbits. All 3 of their previous pitchers have at least given up 1 earned run. They will try to do the same. First pitch swinging, Ariel Garcia comes up empty against the new pitcher, Gonna butcher this name, Ariel Garcia. Garcia pitching, a right-hander. So the starter for the Jackrabbits was Connor Throneberry. The Pittsburghers got 6 hits off of him in an inning and a third and scored 7 runs. They scored 2 earned runs against the pair of lefties, Alejandro Holguin and Nick Venegas, in 4 2/3 innings. So maybe having a right-hander back in the game will bring more of that offense back. Garcia's 0 for 1. He's been to the plate so far today 3 times, but the first 2 at-bats or plate appearances were a hit by pitch and a walk. In his first recorded at-bat, he struck out swinging. That ended the inning in the 4th, was the final batter that Holguin faced. 3 balls and a strike is the count. Hitter's count for Garcia. Gets a pitch to hit and smokes it into left center field for a base hit to lead off the inning. First hit of the game for Garcia. Now there's only 3 Pittsburghers that don't have a hit today. 11 total hits in the game. Jacob Marcy and Christian Beal account for over half of those hits. They both have 3 hits apiece. That makes 6 of 11 hits coming from the top 2 hitters in the order. First pitch just inside to the first baseman, Brennan Duriggi. Started his season 0 for 13, hitless his first 3 games, but had 2 hits yesterday in the win, has a hit today. Starting to figure out the swing. Takes another pitch inside, but that one got some of the plate. They count 1-1. Just like Venegas before him, Valsilio making his first appearance this season. As Garcia takes off for second. Ball in the dirt, there's going to be no throw. Garcia will get there easily. Pittsburgh bench giving Garcia a tough time as he got to the second base bag standing up, but I think he tripped a little bit. Runner in scoring position for Duriggi. Hits one hard on the right side. Fielded by the first baseman, Platt. Trying to get to the bag in time, Duriggi, but he's a little late. The race won by the pitcher Valsilio, and he is out. First out of the inning. Productive at bat, though. It does move the runner over to third for Dallas Duarte. The catcher is 0 for 2. Has reached once on a hit by pitch. The Traverse City catcher has flown out and popped out on the infield. Rips one to left, down for a base hit. Cut off by Lotus. He's going to hold Duarte to just a single. He smoked that ball for his base hit. First of the game. His hit now makes it 10-2 Traverse City. And now there's only 2 players in the lineup without a base knock. Pittsburgh's entered this inning with 4 players that hadn't got a hit, 5 that had. And 2 of those guys have had hits. They continue the route of the Jackrabbits. They get one of those runs back that Kokomo scored in the bottom of the 6th. Third player of the game with 3 hits, or multiple hits, pardon me, Alec Atkinson. He only has 2. He's 2 for 3. As Duarte takes off for second. The throw down is not in time. A great play by Aribal, picking that one out of the dirt to keep it from going to center. Another stolen base by Traverse City. Continue to run wild against the catcher, Connor Stewart. And he still hasn't proved that he can get a base runner out. They have not been caught stealing today. Runner in scoring position now for Atkinson. Both of Atkinson's hits are singles. One went into left field, one went into right center field, both line drives. He himself has 2 of the 9 stolen bases for the Pittsburghers. Actually, there's 10 stolen bases now. I forgot to tally Duarte's as a stolen base. Atkinson, Ariel Garcia, Jacob Marcy, and Christian Beal, all with multiple stolen bags in the game to combine with 12 Pittsburgh hits. Josh Rebant said before the season he wants this team to break into the top 5 of all-time stolen bases in the Northwoods League. As Duarte tries to add to the total, goes to third, the throw down in time, but the ball is dropped by the third baseman Galindez. Even when Stewart makes a good throw, he was going to have his first base runner caught stealing of the game, and Galindez couldn't handle the throw. Nothing going right for the Jackrabbits in this game. Pitch, by the way, was a ball, so Atkinson is going to walk down to first. He's safe, and with runners on the corners, I don't have a doubt in my mind he's going to go down to second base and try to steal a bag. Probably on the first pitch. He actually doesn't steal on the first pitch, and potentially, it could be because it's an 8-run lead. I don't know if the Pittsburghers and Josh Rebant want to continue stealing bases to try and look like they're running up the score. Just kidding. There goes Atkinson as Holtink fouls it off. So, as I predicted, Atkinson was attempting to steal the base. But Holtink fouled it off, trying for a hit and run. One run already across for the Pittsburghers. 2 more potential runs out there with 1 away for Holtink. Atkinson fakes the steal. He stays put as Holtink fouls one right into the Pittsburgh dugout. The count moves to 1-2. Holtink got to protect the plate now. He has already struck out twice. Wants to avoid the dreaded hat trick. And with the runner on third, at least get the ball in play. Give Duarte a chance to score. Pitcher Vasilia will step off. Rebant getting in Duarte's ear to have a quick chat with him at third base. Probably about if Atkinson steals second, what to do. Atkinson does steal second. Holtink goes down swinging. Third time tonight he's been out on strikes. Stewart didn't even bother trying to throw down to second. He lets Alec take the bag. So there's runners on third and second for the top of the order. And Christian Beal. He and Jacob Marcy after him, both with 3 hits in the game, and both have flew out to the outfield for their only out. So they just keep putting the ball in play. See if one of these next 2 guys, Beal or Marcy, can get themselves a 4-hit night. First pitch to Beal, he takes high, a fastball. I'd have to check the box scores. I'm not sure there's been a Pittsburgher this season that has had a 4-hit game. Another high fastball that Beal takes. Gets himself into a hitter's count, 2-0, the same count in his first at-bat he got into. And he took a 2-0 fastball and sent it over the second baseman's head into right center for a leadoff base hit. Not this at bat. That 2-0 pitch comes in high again and is 3-0. He'll likely have a take sign on here. Maybe get a ball and walk down to first, load the bases for Jacob Marcy. Or can Vilcilio throw some strikes, come back in the at-bat? He will miss low. It's a 4-pitch walk to Christian Beal. And Jacob Marcy will bat with the bases loaded. This time he's going to face a right-handed pitcher, so maybe a matchup advantage for Jacob Marcy. Before that, a mound visit for the Jackrabbits. In Vilcilio's first action of the summer, he has given up 2 hits, 2 walks. He's allowed 4 stolen bases this inning. Already 1 run across. The bases are loaded, full of pitch bidders for arguably the best hitter on the Traverse City roster. He leads the team in average. Jacob Marcy, actually, he's leading the team in average by a hefty margin. His average into this at-bat, 367. The next closest man is Marshall Toole. And he's barely hitting over 300 now. First pitch taking a ball by Marcy. Big swing and a miss at the 1-0. A ball and a strike to count. So Marcy hitting 367. The next highest average on the team, Marshall Toole at 307. He's 40 points better than the next closest guy. And he can add to that team leading average with a base hit here, with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the inning. Got a pitch to hit, fouls it straight back. Vilcilio a strike away from getting out of the bases loaded jam. The count's 1-2. With 2 outs, bases loaded, 1 run in, 3 more on base. Jacob Marcy will get set for the pitch coming from Vilcilio. After a long look in, he gets set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Marcy takes just high. Count evens at 2-2. If the game isn't already blown open, then a base hit here would essentially lock this one up late. 2-2 now to Marcy. Vilcilio deals. Marcy goes down swinging. Vilcilio fired up as he gets the swing and miss strikeout. He had 2 strikeouts in that inning, only allows 1 run to score, and he leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here in Kokomo. We'll come back after a short break on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, bottom of the 7th. 10-2 the lead, and as predicted, Mason Patel ends his night, and the first arm out of the bullpen is O'Kelly McWilliams IV. McWilliams, a right-hander out of Wofford College, a 2-year Traverse City Pittsburgher, won the title with him last summer. Has made 3 appearances this season. His last one, the best of the 3, a scoreless inning of work against the Wausau Woodchucks on July 2nd. That's the last time he has pitched. A week ago, he gave up 1 hit but had 1 strikeout. He's had at least a strikeout in all 3 of his appearances, which have all been 1 inning. Facing the top of the order here, he gets ahead 0-2 to Luke Sartori. A hard-throwing righty that will sit about 91, 92 on the radar gun. Looking to start his night with a quick out of the leadoff hitter. Deals on 1 and 2. Sartori gets under it to shallow center. The play will be made by Ariel Garcia. The shortstop calls off Alec Atkinson, and he makes the catch for the first out. Pittsburghers now 8 outs away. Time is just ticking away for the Jackrabbits to try and make a comeback. Matt Arabal stands in. Takes a first pitch, ball a little low. Arabal is 1 for 3. He has one of the Jackrabbits just 4 hits. He singled off of Mason Patel's glove in the 5th inning. Hits one left side out of play. Count 1-1. The 2 times he has been retired, it was on fly balls to left field. Marshall Toole made a couple plays. McWilliams kicks, deals on 1-1. Misses outside. The reliever for Traverse City doesn't go from the windup with anyone on base. He just goes from the stretch all the time. Deals on 2-1. Popped up. Might be in play for Duarte in foul grounds. The catcher running over. Slides and he makes the catch. Up against the photography well. Makes a terrific sliding grab for the second out of the inning. Fantastic grab by the catcher as McWilliams gets 2 infield pop-ups to start the 7th and will try to get John Gazdar for a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch swing and another pop-up. Shallow right field, called off. DeRiggi lays off of it. Jacob Marcy, the right fielder, makes the catch. And it's the first 1-2-3 inning by a Pittsburgher pitcher. Mason Patel came close to having a 1-2-3 on several occasions. He never did. But O'Kelly McWilliams, 1 inning of work, he has a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 8th here on Pittsburgher Radio. Welcome back to Pitts Bitters Radio, top of the 8th. 2 innings left to play here. Traverse City's up 10-2. It would take quite a collapse to mess up a sweep opportunity here on the road. They have a chance to go home for a 4-game set. 3-1, leading the second half standings. Here in the 8th inning, it's going to be Marshall Toole to lead off. Mentioned there's only 2 Pitts Bitters without a hit in the game. Toole is one of them, though he does have 2 RBIs and he has reached base once. Takes a fastball strike on the corner. Another new pitcher, by the way, for the Jackrabbits, Will Stockman. He's the 5th arm used by the Jackrabbits from Parkland College. He has pitched in 8 games this season. As Toole hits one to right field, coming on, not able to make the catch as Barnes, it falls in front of him. There's a hit for Toole. Now 8 of 9 starters have a base hit. Only 1 guy left to get on base. And then they'll have all 9 batters recording a base knock. This season, Traverse City has not played a game where they have had all 9 batters get a hit. They have had games where all 9 have reached base. They've had a couple games where 8 of 9 have gotten a base hit. They've even had a game where 9 different position players got a hit, but one of them was a pinch hitter that got a hit. 1 starter was left without a hit. So they've combined for a couple different ways of getting everyone in the lineup involved. But just 1 guy left hitless in this game is Colin Summerhill, the designated hitter. Faces up against Stockman. Toole off of first after his single fell into right field. Summerhill has 1 hit in the ball game. An RBI single in the second, his 1 hit. His last 2 at-bats, he has flown out to the center fielder, McNelly. The last one was a nice sliding play by McNelly to rob him of a hit. Would have been his 2nd of the night. Speaking of 2nd hit of the night, that ball is going to get down into right center field. Fantastic 2-strike hitting by Colin Summerhill. Goes the other way with the breaking ball. And he's got a multiple hit night. Pushes Marshall Toole over to 2nd. He now becomes the 4th Pitts Bitter with multiple hits in the game. He and Atkinson have 2 hits. And as mentioned a couple times, Beal and Marcy have 3. Now Ariel Garcia, the batter. He's 1 for 2. He's been on base 3 times. Add in the hit by pitch and walk he took. He singled his last time up. Last inning, he led off the 7th with a line drive single to right field and scored the 1 run in that 7th inning. Fastball taken for a strike on the corner. Looked a little off. It's the same exact pitch that was... It's been getting called a ball all game, especially when Mason Patel would throw it. Hope that Max Steiner isn't extending the zone late in the game. As Garcia now swings through a changeup that drops below the barrel. And he's behind in the count 1-2. Got to protect now. Has struck out once. Went down swinging in the 4th inning. Chopper up the middle. Snagged by air ball. Flips to 2nd for 1. On to first. That's going to be a double play. 4-6-3. The middle infielders get a turn. And just as soon as the Pitts Bitters were in business with 2 on and nobody out, the double play evaporates one of those base runners, gives the Pitts Bitters 2 outs. They have to get a 2-out hit to score a run. Looking to deliver will be Brennan Duriggi. DeRiggi, big swing and miss at the first pitch breaking ball from Stockman. See if Stockman can become the first Jackrabbit pitcher to not allow an earned run tonight. He's got to keep Summerhill from scoring from third. Pardon me, Marshall Toole on third to do that. Ball and a strike. The count to DeRiggi, looking for his second straight multi-hit game. Breaking ball misses outside. He tried to bring that one back to the outside corner, but it didn't quite break enough. He started it too far off the plate, and it's a hitter's count at 2 balls and a strike. Second baseman Airball playing him deep in the outfield grass, protecting the pole side. As DeRiggi takes one a little in, and the count now 3-1. It is a fastball count. Doesn't mean he'll get a fastball. Stockman may try to throw a breaking ball to keep him off balanced. We'll see as Stockman goes into the windup on 3-1. DeRiggi base hit through the left side. And the Pittsburghers will score a run against their 5th pitcher of the night. Every single Jackrabbit pitcher that has touched the mound has given up at least 1 run. This DeRiggi single scores Toole. Little Wofford connection there. The Terrier teammates getting involved. And the Pittsburghers now back on top for their largest lead of the night. It's 11-2. First pitch breaking ball strike to Dallas Duarte. The catcher is 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 7th inning. Then he proceeded to steal a couple bases. Has a couple stolen bags tonight. One of 4 players with multiple steals. Another breaking ball. Diving play by Gazdar. He knocks it down, but he has no play at anyone. DeRiggi makes it to second. Duarte to first. That's 5 Pittsburghers now with multiple hits. It's first and second. Still 2 outs for Alec Atkinson. Talking about guys with multiple hits, Atkinson's one of them. He's 2 for 3 in the game, a pair of singles. He's also walked. He leads base stealers tonight with 3 stolen bags. He has 3, and then Garcia, Marcy, and Beal all have 2. See if he can get 3 consecutive 2-out hits to potentially score Brendan DeRiggi from second. Ball outside. First ball was in the dirt, breaking ball, so it's now 2-0. Hitters count for Atkinson. Another fun little nugget. Every single inning, the Pittsburghers have at least recorded 1 base hit. They have 16 here in the game, and there's still more baseball left to play. A whole 9th inning plus however long the rest of this 8th inning takes. 3-0 now to Atkinson. Got to throw a strike if you're Stockman, and he does not. He sails a fastball up and away. Bases loaded for the Pittsburghers as Atkinson works his 2nd walk of the game. That's now the 5th walk issued to a Pittsburgher hitter. As once again, they haven't been really doing it with walks. A lot of singles in the game for the Pittsburghers. The only extra base hit for today's game is Jacob Marcy, his first inning double. The only extra base hit. They have 15 singles. Just singling the Jackrabbits to death today. Bases loaded for the 2nd straight inning. They left them loaded in the 7th. see if they can score a couple more here in the 8th. Cody Holtink, the only Pittsburgher without a base hit today. Also the only player to not reach base. He's 0 for 4. Up against Will Stockman, the 4th different pitcher he's faced today. Fastball called strike 2 on the outside corner. Although it went in and out of the glove of Connor Stewart, it still crossed the zone. Now it's 0-2. Holtink has already struck out 3 times, a strike away from the golden sombrero. Here comes the 0-2 from Will Stockman with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Breaking ball, Holtink down on strikes. 4 strikeouts in the game for Holtink. And the Pittsburghers leave the bases loaded for the 2nd straight inning. They do score 1, so it's 11-2. Their biggest lead of the game, 9 runs. We go to the 9th inning, or the bottom of the 8th inning. Sorry, getting ahead of myself here on Pittsburghers Radio. Bottom of the 8th inning here in Kokomo. The Pittsburghers leading here 11-2. Up by 9 is their biggest lead of the night. They led 9-0 before the Jackrabbits made it 9-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Then 1 run in the 7th and 8th innings for Traverse City gets them back up by 9. Although the last 2 innings they left the bases loaded. Plenty more runs left on base, but can't really complain when you have this big of a lead late. 3rd pitcher of the game for Traverse City. Looks like the plan will be 1 pitcher per inning the rest of these innings for Josh Rebant. He pitched O'Kelly McWilliams for the 7th. Easton Johnson will pitch here in the 8th. We'll see who he goes with in the 9th, after Mason Patel went 6 innings and gave up just 2 runs. It's a 1-2 count to Mark McNelly, the center fielder. Make it 1-3 the count. Swing and a miss. McNelly down on strikes. Easton Johnson picks up his first strikeout, facing just 1 batter, 1 away for the freshman from Creighton. He's made back-to-back scoreless appearances, and 3 of his last 4 have been scoreless. The only one he gave up a run in is the last time he pitched here at Kokomo on June 24th. He gave up 1 earned run against the Jackrabbits on June 24th, though his team won 11-4 that game. His last 2 appearances, a scoreless inning against the Wausau Woodchucks on July 2nd. 2 days later, a scoreless 4th inning against the Rockford Rivets. Base hit through the right side by Tucker Platt, almost thrown out by Jacob Marcy in right field. He was playing pretty shallow and the ball was hit hard enough. He almost got it into the first baseman Dericki in time to get Tucker Platt. And Platt just able to beat it out for his first hit of the game. 5th for the Jackrabbits. They have a base runner for Kyan Lotus. First pitch to Lotus, big swing and a miss, strike 1. Lotus took over. Pinch hit for Carlos Hidalgo in the 4th inning. He struck out. His last at-bat, he walked. Did score, though, in the 6th inning. Has 1 of the 2 runs scored by the Jackrabbits today. Falls down in the count 0-2, though, to Easton Johnson. Way ahead in the count. Johnson delivers. Ball in the dirt. Great block by Duarte to keep it in front. Knocks that one down and is able to hold up the runner Platt at first base. One and 2 now the count after the dirt ball. Johnson gets set. Deals just outside, 2-2. Tried the fastball there, couldn't blow it past him. Couldn't get it in the zone. So the count evens up. His 2-2 pitch now. That one in the zone, outside corner. He gets Lotus looking at strike 3. The second strikeout for Johnson. Second time that Lotus has been put down on strikes. There's 2 away in the inning. Fourth batter of the inning, Angel Galindez, the third baseman. Hitless in the game, does have an RBI, has reached base once on a hit by pitch. Takes a first pitch ball up and in, a heater just missing the plate. And the third baseman grounded out to the shortstop Ariel Garcia to score the first run for Kokomo today. Now he hits one through the right side, a base hit. Marcy, though, in right field, throws it to first. Out! The right fielder making the play. Throws Galindez out on what would have been a base hit. Instead, it ends the inning, and the Pit Spitters take an 11-2 lead on to the 9th inning here on Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the 9th inning here in Kokomo. And the top of the order will bat for the Pittsburghers, up 11-2 over the Jackrabbits. Traverse City ending the 8th inning. A terrific defensive play by Jacob Marcy on a hot shot into right field by Angel Galindez. He was playing in, he fielded and threw to first to get the out. A 9-3 putout to end the 8th. Traverse City here in the 9th will face the 6th pitcher of the game, Ryan Inouye. Inouye is a freshman from Honolulu, Hawaii. He plays his college ball at Menlo College. He's the 3rd Jackrabbit of the game to make his season debut. And he will face a spot in the lineup that has produced so much trouble today. Not only do every single hitter 1 through 8 have hits, especially the top 3 batters, 7 hits in 12 at-bats between Beal, Marcy, and Toole. 6 runs scored, 3 RBIs. They've just done everything. 5 stolen bases between these 3 guys as well. His work cut out for him if he wants to throw a scoreless 9th. Beal fouls one off. The count 1-2 to the right-handed batter, the senior from the University of Richmond. Beal is 3 for 4 tonight. 3 singles. He's scored 3 runs. He's also walked once, been on base 4 times. The 1-2 from Inouye. Another foul ball by Christian Beal battling in the at-bat. Only 1 ball by Inouye. He's been in the strike zone. The only ball he missed was a fastball up and in. Another 1-2 coming from the right-hander. Breaking ball, good eye by Beal to let that one drift out of the zone. It's now 2-2. Count evens up. As predicted, another right-hander getting warm in Traverse City's bullpen, probably to pitch the 9th inning. 2-2 now to Beal, the leadoff hitter. Ropes one into center field, up the middle. A 4-hit game for Christian Beal. What a performance put together by the 5'9" outfielder. The smallest position player in the starting lineup, but one of the biggest bats. All he does is put balls in play, and though he won't always get base hits, he usually makes competitive outs, hits the ball hard, usually on a line. Doesn't hit a lot of ground balls. When he does, he uses his speed to beat him out for infield hits. 4 hits in the game, 3 of them liners into the outfield, 1 of them an infield hit. And he's aboard for Jacob Marcy, who can get his 4th hit of the night here. He is 3 for 5. Inside, it gets away from the catcher, Stewart. A wild pitch that's going to put Christian Beal on second base. Probably a wild pitch rather than a pass ball. No, they're going to roll the pass ball. It did go off the glove of Stewart, so I guess, that's not a bad call. Now a base hit by Jacob Marcy could make it 12-2. Their largest lead of the night is 9. They currently lead by 9. They were up 9-0 earlier. 1-0 to Marcy. Foul tipped off the glove of Stewart. Got a good fastball to hit. About belt high, but just got a foul tip. 17 hits for Traverse City. 11 runs. They've dominated this game from the jump. 1-1 the count to Marcy. And he'll take just outside. Traverse City this season, most runs they've scored in a game is 15. They did that against the Kalamazoo Growlers on June 21st. They scored 14 runs the next week against Battle Creek. They've only scored in double digits those 2 times. Their largest margin of victory, though, this season is 8. They won actually, that might not be their largest margin of victory. Marcy takes a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. 7, my apologies. 7 is their largest margin of victory this season. It was against Kokomo, an 11-4 win. Looking to set their new largest win total this year, as Marcy has a full count 3-2. Inouye, the pitcher, deals. Up and in, Marcy will walk. So he won't have a chance to match Christian Beal with his 4th hit of the game, but he will get on base for the 4th time today. First time he has walked. He's aboard, 1st and 2nd, nobody out for Marshall Toole. The left fielder singled to lead off the 8th inning, his 1st hit of the game. He's 1 for 3. He's walked once. He has 2 RBIs today. Sac fly earlier. Ground out RBI in the 1st, was the first of the 11 runs in this ballgame. Loves hitting line drives to the opposite field. Doesn't usually pull the ball. Has a lot of success when he goes the other way. Tried to check his swing on a breaking ball, but he went around. Couldn't hold the bat back. It's 1-1. One pitch from Inouye. Inside, it hits Marshall Toole on the leg. That's going to load the bases for the 3rd consecutive inning. Unlike the last 2, though, when there were 2 outs, this time they're loaded with nobody out for Colin Summerhill, the designated hitter. Mound visit for the Jackrabbits, as Inouye has given up a single to Christian Beal to start the inning. He walked Jacob Marcy in a full count, and he just hit Marshall Toole on a 1-1 pitch. Bases loaded for Colin Summerhill. The designated hitter tonight has 2 hits. He's 2 for 4, has 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. He already has a grand slam this season. In their last road series, right before this, they opened up the 2nd half in Kalamazoo. He hit a 1st inning grand slam. First 3 batters reached to start the 2nd half in the 1st inning, and he followed it up with a 2-0 fastball deposited over the left field wall. His 2nd homer of the season. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1 as Inouye gets set, deals. Summerhill rips one, but foul. Another guy just like Marshall Toole that enjoys going opposite field. He pulls it when he has to, when he gets a pitch inside, but he does enjoy going the other way. His hit last inning was to right center field. Got to protect 0-2. Chases a high fastball. Tips it into the glove of Stewart, and he holds on for a strikeout. And the Jackrabbits are now a double play away from getting out of this inning unscathed. It turns over to Ariel Garcia. The shortstop is 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. His last at-bat, a 4-6-3 double play that he's looking to avoid doing that here. Not wanting to end the inning. 1-0 from Inouye. Now 2-0. A fastball that was a bit high. May have also been a little outside. Hitters count at 2 balls and no strikes. Big hitter on deck as well in the form of Brennan DeRiggi. Garcia not getting a 2-0 pitch to hit. Takes a ball in the dirt. Up 11-2 in the 9th. Would probably be a good spot to get a green light to have free will to swing away if you get a fastball just thrown right down the middle. We'll see. Inouye deals. Not sure if Garcia did have the green light. He takes the pitch for a strike, but it was on the outside corner, maybe at the knees as well. It's a tough pitch to go out on 3-0. But now on 3-1, he will be ready to swing away. May have chased ball 4 up above the letters. Swings and misses at the fastball, and the count goes full. What you really can't afford here is another strikeout. I know it's 11-2, but you want to create good habits. Rips one to third, snagged by Galindez. He goes to second for 1. On to first, and Ariel Garcia hits into his second double play of the night. And for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Pit Spitters load the bases and don't score a run. This time they had nobody out. Luckily for them, they're up by 9 runs. It's 11-2 as we go to the last of the 9th here on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to the bottom of the ninth here in Kokomo. Pittsburghers looking to wrap up this 11-2 victory, sweep the Jackrabbits, start the second half of the season 3-1, and take that record home for a 4-game set where they'll play Kokomo again for a 2-game series starting tomorrow, finishing on Monday, and then they'll play the Battle Creek Battlejacks. Kobe Griner, the side armor, who is committed to pitch at Arkansas State, his third school in 3 years. He pitched at Arkansas Fort Smith last season. He transferred to Carl Albert State College, where he pitched this previous spring, and he's committed to Arkansas State as a transfer, where he'll pitch this next upcoming season. And he gets a ground out of the catcher Connor Stewart for out number 1. Pittsburghers in this game set a single season high with 17 hits. They're going to set their single season high in run differential if they hold on and win by 9. Their previous high is 7, which they also did against Kokomo. They won 11-4 on this field a couple weeks ago. Griner, a side armor, is a very good pitcher, has been very good as of late, especially for Traverse City. He was a very reliable arm last season with the Pittsburghers when they won the Northwoods League crown. Griner has not allowed an earned run in his last 7 appearances. You add all that together, his last 7 appearances have gone for 8 1/3 innings. Almost the equivalent of a complete full baseball game where he's not allowed to run. The 1 run he allowed before that, 1 earned against Kalamazoo on June 6th, 2 more scoreless appearances before that. So of his last 10 appearances out of the bullpen, he's allowed 1 earned run. Opening day is the only blemish on his line, really. He gave up 3 earned in 1 inning against Battle Creek on opening day. You take that out of the equation, he has been excellent all season long. He's got a 2-2 count to the 9-hole hitter, Luke Barnes. He deals from the side. Slider, no chance at hitting that. It moves so much. It falls out of the zone, and Barnes chases it for strike 3, and there's 2 away. 1 out away from the win, from the sweep, from starting the second half 3-1. First pitch outside to Luke Sartori, the designated hitter. These are 2 teams trending in totally different directions. The Pittsburghers were second last season in the overall standings. They did not have home field advantage for the first round. Do you know who did? The Kokomo Jackrabbits. They had a tremendous second half of the season. They finished just short, 1 game shy of the first half title, but they finished 3.5 games ahead of Traverse City in the second half, 2.5 games total for the season. So they were hosting the playoff game. That's Sartori, lines it to left. On comes Marshall Toole. He can't get there, falls in for a hit. And the Jackrabbits not wanting to end this game just yet. After that season, though, these two teams headed in totally opposite directions. The Pittsburghers kind of stuck with their winning ways. They finished the first half 18-18. They won 3 less games than last year. They won 21 games in the first half last season. 21 games in the second half, too, though. They were very consistent on the year. This year, 18-18, but they're starting the second half. Right now, they're 2-1. They're on their way to a 3-1 start. Unfortunately for their opponent, the Kokomo Jackrabbits, they're on their way to an 0-4 start to the second half. Griner misses. It's 2-0. The Kenosha Kingfish right now 1-3. The Battle Creek Battlejacks 2-2. Rockford Rivets are 1-2. And the Kalamazoo Growlers are 2-1. However, Kalamazoo right now is losing to the Green Bay Rockers 10-7 in the 8th inning. So if that game goes final, they'll fall to 2-2. Rockford is up 2-1 right now, so they can improve to 2-2. But as long as Traverse City wins, they will move into first place for the second half standings. I know it's early. It's only 4 games into the second half, but you want to start with some momentum to carry yourself through the second half of the season. It's a long second half. There's still 32 games left to go after this. Griner misses outside on 3-1. He's going to walk Matt Arabal. The Traverse City bus, I'm sure, is already started up, ready to go, waiting for these guys to get out of here. Just need one more out to do so. One out until this game goes final. Until the Pittsburghers secure the sweep. John Gazdar, the batter. The shortstop's 1 for 4. First pitch from Griner, slider. Boom, outside corner for strike number 1. Gazdar with 1 hit yesterday. Has just 3 hits his last 4 games against Traverse City. Another slider. That ball's hit well to left center field. Christian Beal, though, the center fielder, will run over and make the catch. This game goes final. 11-2, the Pittsburghers have taken down the Jackrabbits. They sweep on Kokomo's field. They improve to 6-0 against the Jackrabbits this season, and 3-1 in the second half. They take first place in the early second half standings. Like I said, still 32 long games left to go. We still got a lot of baseball left to play, but it's always great when you can start on top so you don't have to spend the rest of the second half trying to make your way back and get into first place. So they're going to go 3-1. They're going to take on this same exact Kokomo team tomorrow in Traverse City. It's a 5 o'clock game for Sunday. Then they'll play at 7 o'clock the day after that. But the Pittsburghers are going to look for another sweep of the Jackrabbits. They're 6-0, haven't lost this season against Kokomo. They've won all 4 games they've played here at Kokomo Municipal. They've won the 2 games played in Traverse City. If they can make it a perfect 8-0 start to the year, that's a 5-1 start to the second half, and you're looking great as the Pittsburghers try to make the second half push. They need to win the second half to make it into the playoffs. That's going to do it here from Kokomo Municipal. Just a couple of stats to throw your way. Season high 17 hits, a season high win differential. They won by 9. That's the most runs they've won by in a season. 4 pitchers combined for the 11-2 win. Mason Patel gets the victory with 6 innings, allowed 2 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 4, only allowed 4 hits. And the Pittsburgher offense was fantastic with 17 hits. 6 different players had multiple base hits. Christian Beal had the high with 4. Jacob Marcy had 3. Colin Summerhill, Brennan Durigi, Dallas Duarte, and Alec Atkinson all had 2. Pittsburghers also stole 11 bases, 3 of those by Alec Atkinson and 2 apiece by Ariel Garcia, Jacob Marcy, and Christian Beal. They hit well, they ran the bases well, and they pitched well. All 3 things you need to be a great team and a winning team. Well, tomorrow, like I said, at home, 5 o'clock on the Northwoods League stream, I'll be there for tonight at Kokomo Municipal, 11-2 win. We'll see you tomorrow on the Northwoods League app. I'm saying goodbye here on Pittsburgh Radio. Have a good night.